Mr. Scott Bauer joining us this afternoon. He's the CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. Scott, thank you and welcome. Let's begin with the jobless claims. I took a look at the top of the show, but I wanted to get your thoughts real quick. Another number similar to what we saw starting out on Friday, some CPI numbers, inflation data coming in a little hot, a little higher than expected, better than estimates.
Yeah, for sure. And, Ben, when would the day have ever been when we'd say that claims of less than 1 million would actually be a good number?
Right.
Right. I mean, but in this day and age, that's really how it looks. And you know what? It is an optimistic number, as bad as it seems. The continuing claims number also went down, though. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. And you know how pessimistic I was with that number that was coming out last Friday. So, if these numbers hold and we continue to get, lower and lower numbers, yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, this is a trend that we want to see continue. And as you mentioned, though, 963,000 jobs lost is catastrophic in itself. Forget about the other millions of jobs lost that we've seen leading into this. There's some have come back, but again, for the most part, that number still staggering where it stands. Let's talk about a couple stocks, some individual names, some winners, some losers. Let's talk CMG first and foremost. I just caught my eye. I noticed it caught yours as well, up to a new high today, 1197.44. Currently trading up on the day by about 2.5%. What do you see there?
And all those pictures you were just showing with Brinker were making me hungry. And then you think about CMG here, but maybe this is one of the ultimate reopening stocks. You look what it's done here, since the bottom, and it's up from what, 415 to the 1200-ish area here. I also think right now, though, you're getting a little bit of a FOMO trade here, and a FOMO trade in the sense of Apple came out a few weeks ago and said that they were splitting their stock. And then we got the Tesla. So now all of a sudden there's this buzz out there that $1,000 stocks, maybe this is the time to split them. So I think there's a bit of a FOMO trade there. I really do. I'd be cautious up here. I mean, it's great what they've done since the bottom here. Or maybe it's the new Tony Hawk burrito that they came out with that is driving sales here. But, man, sure looks good.
All right, you've got a couple more on your radar. I want to get to them all today. You've got AMAT ahead of earnings, staying on the close. Let's take a look at what's expected to come in. I saw they were looking for about 95 cents EPS, and it looked like for revenue for about $4.20 billion. Again, these are estimates here, and we're going to be looking for these numbers, potential to see some movement here. I did notice that the stock has been inching its way higher. That's right, 4.20. I was right in terms of revenue. Now, if they do get that 95, that'll be above last quarter's 89 cents and EPS for last year. They're poised here right near that 69.44 high that they saw earlier this year. That was back in the middle of February. They traded up as high as it looks like to 66.60, so just a few dollars off that high, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this stock's up, about 70% off the bottom here. Yeah. And the rollout of 5G should really help this stock. So I'm very interested to see in the earnings call how much they talk about what the rollout has done so far, what the outlook is for 5G. But from a technical standpoint here, since, basically April or so, this thing has ridden along the 50-day moving average as support, and that 50-day moving average has inched its way higher and higher and higher. AMAT has trended along with it. But, yeah, that 70 number, if we reach that, it might be a little bit top-heavy for my thinking.
All right, let's move on. DraftKings, another company set to report, but that's tomorrow. They are expected to show a loss, 15 cents a share it looked like, and this is on revenue of $69.97 million. Now, I did notice, again, you can see there, ticker symbol DKNG, that they had a profit last quarter of 2 cents a share. Obviously, things are changing without sports for a long period of time, and this company is been having to deal with that. I guess a loss of 15 cents a share may not be that bad. What are you looking for here in terms of ticker symbol DKNG?
Yeah, I think they get a pass on whatever loss that they announced, and I do think it's going to be a loss. The big key is going to be what are they doing moving forward with or without college football and the NFL. Yeah, they've seen a certainly a spike up since baseball and basketball have both started. They just opened their 8th location. This one is the first one in sports betting location in New Hampshire to open up, and this is their 8th one overall. If sports are playing, this thing has got a lot of upside here. I think it's all going to be in the conference call. I wouldn't want to be short it, though. That's for sure. I definitely would not want to be short it.
Scott, I asked you at the top of our interview, our discussion about the numbers that we have been seeing, the jobless claims. Before we let you get out of here, I appreciate the breakdown on a few of these individual names, but I'm really dialed in on that retail sales number tomorrow after a couple beats this week. Jobs, it seems like people are getting back to work. There seems to be money in people's pockets for the most part. Not a lot of concern out there right now. Maybe retail sales, what are you looking for?
I expect a massive beat, actually. I think we're going to see a really good number. I think that, the consumer confidence and like you said, people getting out there, that has been really flowing to the upside here. Now, that may change moving forward here, depending on what happens with this next stimulus bill. But I think the numbers we're going to see tomorrow are going to just knock it out of the park.
All right, bookending our discussion with a couple economic data points and some thoughts there. And Scott Bauer joining us here. We'll look at DraftKings. We're talking, again, AMAT headed into earnings, and definitely we'll also keep our eye on CMG into the new highs. Trader Scott Bauer, you can check him out. He's the CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. Scott, appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.